Jerry Schellers would like to say his conduct.
Oh.
Susie, good?
Are we really gonna use the mic though?
Yeah, it's for TV.
Oh, okay. TV and everything.
Charlie, obviously this week has been very big on Todd Helton, getting inducted, being part of this. Obviously, you're now one of those more longer tenure members of this franchise. I mean, what does it mean to you to get to see what he's been able to do this week and kind of, I guess, projecting for your future of maybe when you come back to fans that type of doing? I mean, what's that been like for you to see this?
Todd Helton, he's had a really big week. I'm really excited to see him. I didn't know he was going to be here, and I was lucky enough to overlap with Todd for 3 years, and got to know him a little bit, and we've kept in touch. And now, unfortunately for him, when he comes back, I'm like the only holdover from his tenure, so he's kind of stuck talking with me a little bit. But it's been really good to see him, and it's been awesome to see how the fans have embraced him. It's been cool to see him get his due in the national media, and I'm just super proud of Todd. No one deserves it more. Hall of Fame, I mean, that's it's really not something that players can afford to think about, and to see him smile and get excited about it, like that is not Todd Helton. So I know it means a lot to him, and it's been great to see him be able to share that with his family so far.
Kris, how are you doing? How's the off season gone? Were you able to get past the rehab stage to the getting ready stage? And I guess the second part of that question is a lot of the fortunes of this team, you can really make a difference, and how eager are you to make a difference here?
Yeah, I feel good. And for me, that was, getting back in, I don't know, was it 18 games last year at the end of the year was really important for me. And didn't really want to go on any rehab or waste any time doing that. Just wanted to be up here with the guys, and it definitely felt a little rusty, but I felt healthy, so that was great. And yeah, super eager to get out on the field with a clear mindset. Controlling what I can control. Last year wasn't too fun, but it was important to for me to step back and realize that, hey, I played this game for a long time, and I've survived a lot of scares and never really had a break and broken bone. So fortunate to make it this far, but I feel healthy right now, and off season's been great.
Hey, to follow up, your mindset, obviously, when you came here, there was a lot of expectation. We could say pressure. How was your mindset as far as dealing with your place in this team and what you can do to help this team get a lot better?
Yeah, I'm in a great place. I feel like I've made huge leaps in just the relationships I've formed with the players here. Trying to take some of the young guys under my wing a little bit with Charlie, and just sometimes the biggest influence you could have on a team is kind of maybe just something you say to someone. And it's happened to me plenty of times in my career. Something that really sticks out to me is John Lackey came back when I was with the Cubs, and I was having a great year, but not up to my standards. And the best line he told me was that you can't have a great year every year. And sometimes the pressure that we put on ourselves to go out there and come through in every situation is not healthy. And sharing that with the guys in the group and coaching them through it and being through certain good and bad situations, it ultimately helps the team. So I've really embraced that the last couple of years, and I hope to add more on the field too.
Charlie, Kris, it's great to see you both. I am noticing some new jewelry. Did you get that this weekend from fans? Who were you wearing?
Yes, I'm wearing, this first one is Dinger. It's from a 7-year-old girl that I met today. She's very sweet. On the upper end, I have it's a bracelet that says Swifty. This particular young fan was a Taylor Swift fan, and I told her that I like some of Taylor's music too, and so she thought we could wear this bracelet together. And then in the middle here, I just have a bracelet with baseballs on it, which is that's my job, and I really like it, so I'm wearing that.
Yours?
Yeah, so someone gave it to me at the autograph session. I feel like this is something big going on nowadays, these bracelets. I haven't been following much of the Taylor Swift saga, but maybe that makes me a Swiftie, who knows?
I love this for you guys. Just a quick follow-up. What are your favorite moments coming out of this Fan Fest where the fans really haven't gotten to do this in a couple of years?
For me, I guess it's just experiencing my first one. And I've certainly been through my fair share of fan fests in the past, and it's just always a good time in the off season to see the guys again, connect with the fans. We sold out here, which is great. They seem to be excited to see us, and having Todd Helton inducted in the Hall of Fame is also a huge event here as well. So, for me, it's just experiencing my first one and really embracing that.
I like to see all the guys in one place, right? They're like such a big part of your life for 7 months, and then you just like don't talk to a lot of them. Everybody kind of scatters, and then to kind of corral everybody back is a really good time. Lots of hugs and smiles, and then it is really nice to connect with the fans and see Denver show up when it doesn't really feel like baseball weather. Like it's sunny, but that's about it, right? There's snow in the dugout and it's cold out. And to see people still excited for baseball is really encouraging.
Okay, two-part question for me, guys. First one is for Kris. 2 years where injuries have certainly not allowed you to be Kris Bryant, who you want to be. What can you tell Rockies fans when you're healthy? What do you think on the field you can produce for this team? That's my first question.
Yeah, in my mind, I think the biggest thing is you just look at the back of someone's baseball card, right? And you kind of see like, hey, this is the type of player that they are. And I know that's the type of player I am. I've played the game for a long time. I've had my fair share of ups and downs, but the desire in me to perform and be a good baseball player and do big things on the field, help the team win. Sometimes it doesn't like shine through like through a TV lens, but I can tell you that when I go home and things aren't going my way, it's not the best spot to be, just because I expect a lot of myself. It's not just in baseball either. Like I expect myself to be a good husband and father and just a good person in general. And baseball kind of falls in that same line too. So when things, when I'm not performing to my standard, it eats at me. But and a lot of the times I fall back on kind of what I said earlier, like what John Lackey told me. You can't have a great year every year, because when you play this game for this long, certain things are going to happen. But I know there's much better days ahead in my future.
And follow-up question for both of you guys. Kris, you've played on playoff teams and won a World Series. Charlie, you've played on very competitive playoff teams in Colorado. What are the things you guys see from this team going into 2024 that indicate you think this franchise is starting to move its way back up?
I think you see a focus on, you're starting to see a focus on making players be as good as they can be, right? And then also having other players push those players. I feel like in the past we haven't been very deep, and I feel like our depth is getting better. I know we've added more pitchers to the organization, and we've got guys that are coming up that are incredibly talented and toolsy, right? It's like we've got a player in Britton Doyle, right? He's Gold Glove with one of the best arms. He's an incredible base runner. Like these are really plus tools, and you're starting to see young players break in with that type of height. Nolan Jones, incredible, really good arm again. Great power. Started to swing the bat really consistently into the end of the year, and these are kind of it's like the new norm, it seems like, for Rockies players. And you're seeing bullpen arms come up that are throwing really, really hard. Like you're starting to see considerably above average tools from players within the Rockies organization, or we're getting them from some other organization and bringing them in, right? These aren't just guys that were playing well in AAA that we're calling up just hoping to catch lightning in a bottle. So I think we're kind of pushing the edge there. We're doing a good job analytically finding guys that can throw, run, hit, and at that point you've got to do it at the big league level, and then from there you're looking at team success.
For me, it's when I show up to the ballpark every day, you just see the work that the coaches are putting in, that everybody in the clubhouse is putting in, and the best teams that I've played on have that same mentality. So sometimes it doesn't show through in every game, and sometimes there's a process to get to more wins, but I feel like the nucleus of the team that we have here is that, if we're out of it in September, it doesn't mean that early BP is canceled or the work isn't going to be put in. And I played on teams that go the other way, and we've gotten further just based off of sheer talent, but you don't end up, being the last team standing. And I was fortunate enough to play on a team that was the last team standing, and one thing that we had going was the work, and at the same time it was fun. And when I show up here, a lot of guys like to hang out with one another, guys like to be around each other. There's a lot of smiles, and you really need that because this game's really, really hard. And it's easy to show up to the field sometimes when things aren't going your way and you kind of feel already defeated. But some guys here, the guys in the clubhouse here, there's none of that going on, which it's been really refreshing for me to see that as an outsider. And the last 2 years, it's been great to see all the young guys putting the work and just never let up.
Cool. All right, thanks Chris, thanks Charlie. Kyle Freeland is up next.